Hey, thank you for coming, for watching. My name is Pavel Paska and this is my channel about wine. So welcome. And in this episode we're going to talk about maceration, wine maceration. What is the maceration and what do we need it for in the wine production, right? So let's get into it. Alright, so what is the maceration? You might hear about the term already before. In wine world is very popular and widely used winemaking technique, which basically means an extraction of flavors from a substance, right? So in winemaking it would occur either with red wine, rosé or white wine. It is most common in red wine production, but obviously very common in rosé and white wine production. We're gonna get to it in a minute. And it happens on or during the fermentation or before or after fermentation, and that also depends on what wine we want to achieve and with what kind of grapes we are dealing. To give you an example of how the process is done, let me show you something in a second. Okay, so the best way to show you this all this process quick would be simple mug of tea. So you've got tea with tea leaves inside, could be a tea bag, jug. You pour some water inside, right? And what's happened? Extraction, right? So you got extraction of the color of the tea, of the flavors of the tea in the water. The same happens to the grapes during the winemaking process. So basically all the flavors, tannins and color are in the skin of wine grapes. So in certain circumstances, mostly in red wine, you want as much of the red color in your wine, right? So then you would try to you would keep the juice from the grapes, right? In a contact with grape skin, and during the fermentation or before or after, it would translate the flavors, the color and the tannins from the grape skin into the wine. The longer you keep the juice in the contact with the grape skin, more of the extraction you're going to achieve. There's a couple of other things that are going to play the role. So obviously it's going to be the type of grape variety that you have, and the type of skin that they have. So if they have very thick, very red concentrated skin, then the color is, then you're gonna have more color in the wine. At the same time, you're going to receive more of tannins and different flavors, right? So in the red wine, it's very important to make good balance between the skin and the skin contact and the juice to make sure you get the right extraction. Also, you need to be careful, because then if you're gonna have too many tannins, the wine is gonna be not pleasant, right? Another thing is the color. You want to extract as much. It depends on the style of the wine, obviously, that you want to do, but probably you want to extract as much of the color as you can from the grapes, right? So it's gonna be kind of the same as the tea. So longer you keep it in the contact, stronger the color is gonna be, stronger the flavor is gonna be, stronger the tannin is gonna be. This exactly the same happens with the tea. At the same time, very important is the role of the temperature. So higher temperature, more of the extraction of the tannins color is going to be in the wine as well. There's another thing that is going to help to extract the color of the skin and the flavors into the wine. Imagine this is your grape juice. You harvested the grapes, you crushed everything together, put in the tank to ferment, and obviously the skins are separated from the juice. So you got plenty of the juice, but you got plenty of the skins. During the fermentation, yeast produced CO2, right? So you got a lot of CO2 coming up. Because of the grape skins are a little bit bigger, and all the parts which are bigger are pushed by the CO2 up. So as you can see over here, you've got very big separation between clear juice and the CO2 and the rest of the skins, right? So what the winemaker would do, traditionally before, they would have a huge tank and a person who would come with huge stick and basically mix it together. So it's the same what would you do with your tea if you want to get more flavors and anything else. You would mix the top with the bottom, and then obviously you will get more of the extraction of the color, tannins and the flavors. Well, nowadays, because this process is quite dangerous, because the person who is going to be mixing the skins with the juice is going to be breathing clear, pure CO2, happens that they would be fainting, and they obviously there was some accident that the person would just fade to the huge tank of wine, and so that's quite dangerous. So nowadays what is commonly used, it's a technique that calls pump over. So basically there is a pump that takes all the juice from the bottom of the tank, and they just pump over the cap, the big part of the grape skins. Another technique is just to remove all the juice to another tank and then just pour it back again on the top. So both works, and both gives you the same kind of situation. This would be happening very, very often in red wines if you want to achieve a lot of colors. Now we know what's the extraction, why and when it's used. As I just said, it's mostly used in red wines during the fermentation. Another thing, if you want to extend the period after the fermentation, very often the wines stay with the grape skin, with the contact with the skin after the fermentation, and still maturate, still give the flavors, still give all the aromas that the winemaker want to have in the wine. Another common thing which is happening, it's also something that is called cold maturation. So basically it happens or before fermentation, that the grapes are in contact with the skin before they start to ferment, or during the fermentation, but the tanks are thermoregulated, so the temperature is lower down to a minimum to temperature that still allows to proceed the fermentation, but the cold temperature extracts different flavors and prolongs the maturation, right? This happened mostly in red wines, but also very important process in rosés. So this is how you get your color in rosé wine. There is no red and white wine mixed together. Happen only in Champagne. Basically, what's happening if you want to do rosé wine? You take a red grape variety, squeeze out all the juice, and keep just enough in the contact with the skin to achieve the color of the rosé that you want, and the flavors and the particular flavors that you want to achieve. So for the very pale salmon rosés, very light color, almost white wines, the contact with the skin would be for a couple of hours, maybe a day. And for the deep, almost red, very powerful, very reddish roses, the contact of this with the skin is going to be obviously much longer than for the pale ones. So that would differentiate the roses. In the white wine making, it's almost not used. The only times that the process is used is mostly with aromatic grape varieties like Sauvignon Blanc, to just add a little bit of the aromas in it. But the grapes are straight away taken, the skins are just a couple of hours and they take them away straight away. Or with varieties like Semillon, to just add a little bit more texture, add a little bit more body into a little bit of core into the grapes, into the finished wine. So that would be the two main situations that the winemaker would use for white winemaking. So I hope that was helpful. If yes, please comment or like or subscribe or share. If you have anything to add, please let me know. I will be more than happy, still learning about the channel and how it works, everything. So if there's anything that I could change or add or explain better, please let me know. And drink a wine, enjoy, and have a nice day. Ciao.